Hi, good morning. How's everybody this morning? Hope everybody's well. Just studying myself. So this morning I am talking about anxiety and in particular the stop technique. So the analogy I use to firstly explain a little bit about anxiety and how it works, in particular this fight or flight response. So you may have heard this before. They always seem to talk about a tiger. But if you can imagine that in my window there, a tiger jumps in through the window, and hopefully there's not too many kicking around in Hollywood this morning, but if there were, and it jumped in, I would have a couple of options, and those options would be presented to me before I could even think, oh look, there's a tiger. That would be the fight, flight, and actually there's a third, and that's the freeze. But that doesn't work very well, and it's not one that we mostly use. The ones that we use are mostly fight or flight. Flight in particular is, as it says, it's running from the fear. Fighting it is fighting it. In today's world, we don't really have any tigers kicking around. We have different threats, and those threats are as real as if there was a tiger, and our reaction is still the same. Now, we have evolved, but that response is still the same. So when we have either a panic attack at its highest level, or we are feeling anxious or worried about something, those symptoms, the physical symptoms, are likely the same. So sometimes it's the breathing, very, very fast breathing, or it might be sweating. All of those normal reactions, physical reactions to a perceived threat. One technique that's very powerful to use when those anxiety symptoms are occurring, when we're in a fight or flight response, regardless of what the stressor is, and as I say, the stressors are not what would have been previous, so the stressors in work or the stressors at home, whatever they are, the reaction is still the same. And one technique that's really helpful is the stop technique, and that is to stop, to imagine a stop sign, the red and white sign, take a breath. When we're breathing, and I will do this exercise another time, but when we're anxious, we're breathing from here. We want to be breathing into our lungs, so under our ribcage, so through our belly almost. Sometimes that is belly breathing. So stop, take a breath, consider our options. So what's actually happening here? What am I worried about? What are my options? You know, what would I say to a friend? Those kind of things. And the P is to proceed with what works. So what works for you is taking a breath perhaps, or it might be doing a thought record, the kind of challenging our thoughts, or it might be speaking to somebody, whatever those options are. So the stop, take a breath, consider our options and proceed. That's a stop technique for anxiety, which I hope is helpful. And thank you for listening to me. Have a great day all. Speak to you tomorrow. Bye.